Honestly, I drove right by him because he was on my left-hand side in the ditch. And while I'm plowing, I'm looking kind of straight or off to my right the entire time in that ditch. And honestly, yeah, I drove right by him.
Cold. It was one of the coldest probably nights we had in the time for that week. And I knew what could happen when they were out, in those temperatures. And my first question was, is he still alive?
My name is Andy Bockenstedt. I work for Dubuque County, the Secondary Roads Department, and I run a motor grader for them. I maintain all the granular gravel secondary roads in my district area. We have 8 different areas and we have 8 different guys that do this, and we're in charge of all the gravels and the road ditches. And there was a house project going on in a different area of mine, and I knew the guy doing the building, and they were fighting the roads because it was just a bad area. And I talked to him the day before and let him know, like, I'll be over there tomorrow morning. I was on their road, and there's another little dead end road about not very far from where their property is, and I got to go down that and come back up. And I noticed there was a car in the ditch, and I stopped. I didn't get out because it looked like it's been sitting there all night. No lights on, wasn't running, just no signs of anybody around. So I just thought in my head, somebody put their car in the ditch overnight, someone picked them up, and off they went. So I kept going, and honestly, I drove right by them and went to the end of the road, got turned around, came back, and coming up through there, listening to the radio, doing my own thing, and all of a sudden you could see him. Like, what the heck is that?
Mike, my brother-in-law, or they call him Stretch, was heading home, and it was very icy. And what he remembers is all of a sudden the car started sliding off the rural road into the ditch, and they believe he hit his head because he doesn't remember how long he sat in the car or a few circumstances at the time. He did manage to put on his gloves before he got out, because on this dead end road, nobody was coming to help, and he lost his phone. He couldn't find his phone. In the dark car, the phone fell and he didn't know where it went. He tried to find it, but was unable to find it. So he put on his gloves and had his hat and coat and everything, and was going to walk to the house.
So I got out, and as soon as I jumped down on the ground, I could hear Michael yelling, help, help, help. And I ran up to him and got to see him, and you could tell he was kind of out of it. And so I kind of got his attention so he could see me, like, hey, and I'm like, holy cow, this is bad. So then I just called 911 instantly. I threw in a helping hand what I could. We got him out on the ditch, out on the road, up on the stretcher, and into the ambulance, and off they went.
We got the call that morning, and we got everybody up and called and up to the hospital. And my first question was, is he still alive? They had a lot of work when they got him into ER. Normal temperature of your body is 98.6. We got there, they told us was 40. Then he had more surgery, so he went back to the burn unit again, and they would do surgery, then back to Cedar Rapids, and then back for more surgery. And this went on 4 or 5 months, and then he was capable of getting moved to Dubuque, and they found him a nursing home in Dubuque that would take him on and able to do physical therapy.
My wife would say I'm not afraid to step up and talk in front of anybody. I'm a very lively person, but I guess when it came to that situation, I wasn't there I didn't think I needed the extra spotlight on me. I was just more thinking of, is he going to be okay?
I just want to reiterate, Andy, that the whole family thanks you for being observant when you're out there grading and watching the site, and for stopping and helping Mike.